Hey everyone, it's Goji Rex doing kind of a different Friday the 13th video. Not really going by any script here, just kind of speaking from the heart. I'm playing part 4 Jason, and I'm going to get to that in a second, but I just want to talk about in this update, which was a great update. I think overall it's a fantastic update. Jason got nerfed pretty hard. His grab range got nerfed, his traps got nerfed, and the counselors got buffed. So I'm not going to talk about what I think about this. I'm not going to talk about like what I think should change. I'm just going to talk about how you as a player can adapt when you get Jason. I don't think my guides are any obsolete, but they do have outdated information. Like in my part 8 video, I said part 8 is the best Jason. And that was true at the time, but now he is one of the worst because he relied heavily on the big grab range. Now I think the best Jasons you can play are 3, 4, and 2 in that order. And the main reason why is twofold. One, they have increased weapon damage. I don't know why that didn't grab. And two, because of the run speed. And the run speed is really good. Pretty much running is your new shift. Part 3 shift isn't great, but shift grabbing is essentially not in the game anymore. It's very hard to land. You can't really rely on it anymore. You kind of have to play a bit smarter, play more like how Jason would act. You have to kind of time your grabs well. You have to damage the counselors first. Now, in this game, I kind of sweep through these players. There does come a point where I'll explain it in a bit. They do actually try to kill me. And killing Jason now is very easy to do. I don't want you to, like, before, I would never be worried about it because it's so situational. You'd have to be bad to die as Jason before. But now, it's a viable option. You can kill Jason pretty easily. So you have to really look out for that. I'm going to show you how I avoid that. But yeah, pretty much the tier list for Jasons, I think, kind of shifted. It used to be the best were the undead Jasons, and then the human Jasons, and then like part 7 would be at the bottom. That's kind of not true anymore. The 3 human Jasons, because they can run, they're the best, hands down. Part 8 is near the bottom. I think it goes now, in my opinion, 3, 4, 2. Fucker left, but that's okay because you get the kill for it. 3, 4, 2, and then 6, because throwing knives are now extremely important. That is an outdated part of my guide. I said, yeah, you can kind of go without throwing knives for the most part, but no, they are extremely important now. You have to damage the counselor before you grab them. It's very important that you're able to actually catch them, because you can't rely on shift. And then after that, it would be, I'd say, part 8 and 9 kind of in the same spot because both Jasons relied pretty heavily on grabbing. And then I think it would be part 7. Part 7 is just not great. He's not a great Jason. He's never been. But he's actually, comparatively, he's a lot better now. But I am someone who used to just pick random Jason because beforehand, before the update, it didn't really matter. Now it definitely does. Now I play part 4, mainly because I think he has the best kills in the game, especially with the new kill pack. But also because increased weapon damage and run speed. Part 3 has both of those as well, but this Jason has really good destruction. Part 4 has become, in the new metagame, in the new update, I think he's really become the new part 8. He kind of doesn't really have any breaks. So, anyway, I'm going to talk more about the gameplay here and what's going on. So, these counselors are grouping together, and they are trying to kill me. And I'll be the first to admit that I have died. I have died in this game since the update. It is the only time I've ever died as Jason. Because I didn't respect the players. I didn't respect Jason's nerfs. I thought I could do it pretty easily because Jason was very hard to kill, but that is not the case anymore. And don't make the same mistake. Avoid yourself the embarrassment, and just kind of learn how to adapt to these new changes. So yeah. As you can see right now, I'm just kind of shift morphing to a bunch of different locations. 4 or 5 counselors are in the same spot with Tommy, I believe. And I'm just trying to get the stragglers, but now these are the last remaining survivors. And they are entering my shack, trying to get the sweater. And you'll see at one point, they got me. Like, it didn't look very good for me. You kind of just have to play it smart, play it safe. When they're trying to do this, don't be afraid to run away. Don't be afraid to morph away, especially if you believe you are about to die. Jason is considerably more human in this update, and I can't say I really like that as a Friday the 13th fan, but what can you do? This is just actually, this is what you can do. Just watch this gameplay. Watch what I do here. Tommy spawns with a pocket knife. I keep that in mind. You should keep that in mind as well. Try to kill Tommy first, pretty much. And yeah, just watch what happens here.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Get up, Jason. Find them. Kill them.
Go, 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 go.
Oh God. He's killing me!
They deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer. Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did. That's my Jason.
So yeah, that's how you have to play now, because Jason is considerably weaker. You have to play like a little bitch, because Jason, after these balance changes, is kind of a little bitch. You have to rely on stock a lot more. You have to play a lot smarter, a lot more careful, a lot more defensive. I didn't grab that knife over there because that makes a really loud sound. That's what I mean by just playing smarter. Don't just do things because you can. And that would have worked had she not have a pocket knife. But yeah, just gonna let you watch the rest of this chase, how I handled that final girl with the sweater on. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't know, man. In future changes, Jason, I have a feeling Jason will get a buff, or the counselors will get a nerf in some way, because the game is heavily in counselors' favor now. And you can feel free to disagree. I wouldn't blame you if you disagreed. That's just my opinion. But that's kind of how you can adapt to it. You don't really have a crutch anymore as Jason. You gotta try. You gotta try, man. I don't know. That's the only advice I have for you. But yeah. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.
They deserve to die, Jason. Make them suffer.